blend the man. Um, I've been wondering. I've watched a lot of esports in my time. Even to this day, I watch a lot of esports. I watch Counter Strike. I watch Fortnite because it's visually appealing. Not that I know many actual professional players. I watch Rainbow Six Siege Mobile. Sorry, Rainbow Six Siege Esport. I watch sometimes Clash Royale, Rocket League. I watch a shit ton of esports. Okay, but there's one that I haven't really considered. Not that I didn't know existed, but I didn't think would actually be interesting or exciting enough to watch. So today I said, hey, um, I've been thinking about it lately, to be honest, but it just popped up on my should I say, is this called FYP? I don't know what the homepage. Yeah, yo, who's that? Yo, welcome stream. It just popped up, and I was like, okay, hey, I've been thinking about it. How about we watch it before? I swear I can't even see the chat properly. Okay, so right now you can see from the thumbnail we have it's looking pretty crazy. You have Vitality, you have Foot, Virtus Pro. I think that V with a lion is Virtus Pro. The fourth one on the top row. I know most of this esport organization. You have Falcons, the bottom, the last row. I know most of them. You see Navi because I watch esports, like I said. So there's Liquid too, mostly from Counter Strike. So we're just gonna see how PUBG esport is because I've watched Fortnite esport, and it's pretty exciting. I might not know anyone there, but for some reason, maybe the graphics, maybe how the game is made, it's a bit cool to watch. So let's see if it's the same for PUBG.
Measured in their approach here, and I think they definitely heard the vehicles arriving, so now they know that the full squad is there, and they'll slow things down even more. They've got a good spot to play here for the time being. They can share this if they want to, but the problem's going to come if and when the circle does push away, and they have to leave. Now, Vitality, as long as they keep their north side clear, they should have an escape path.
Like third place.
Meanwhile, we jump over to Virtus Pro and Falcons facing off here. Nice Molotov to serve right into the middle of the fire. Shrimsy dashes through it. Shrimsy has been on a Gustav rescue mission for 2 games in a row.
What's happening? Falcons. I think it's Falcons.
I don't know what happened
One
there.
Falcons members.
They just weren't able to pick him up. He's going to have to run to the wall.
That's cool.
Gustav once again in a spot where he gets knocked and they just can't seem to go for the res safely. Today will maybe go for it, but Kickstart going to get knocked now by Songjang. Smoke should keep him alive long enough. Falcons kind of piecing back together. Looks like they should be okay.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think the key was getting Gustav over that side wall. And I don't know if it was a flash that got sent, but there was that clicking sound of utility that landed in the smokes, which I think caused Shrimsy to fall back as quickly as possible. Now we go to Sharper as they face off against Tyloo. 2 mammoths of the game, head-to-head in this 2-story.
Tyloo's not going to be able to this time, so maybe they have a shot. Sharper, given what they were able to pull off in that tie qualifier, kind of had a little bit higher expectations from there. You go, K-Kong. Get the knock on Earth Zapalui. Spotted out another player, and I think that's Tanawat. Range, Tyloo. They both fully commit to this fight, but if you're Tyloo, you get that knock, you feel like you kind of have to, and that's what they're going to do.
I want to try it on the side.
Go for that side position. He's got 2 frag grenades. See if he can maybe find something here. That's a good one. Nicely done there from Lee. Gets the knock on a Thunders.
Damn.
That does knock them down to 2, so they should keep this push going as Lee enters the building, gets Thunders on the flush, and they keep pushing forward. Lee's got that grenade cooked up, wants to go for a second. Doesn't look like he misses the window, though.
Yeah, just missed it. Maybe thinking that it was a bounce off. Some blue zone grenades will come through, but Zapalui gets the heal off in time. So should be okay. Now having to reset once again. There you go. Combination of the molly, the blue zone grenades will take it down. Now Tyloo down. replay there, what Petro Road, or what Petro Road has done to them. A combination of three different teams, but Sharper Esports does go down at the end. So nice hold there from King Kong and Lee.
Beautiful hold, and again, that replay was nice to see how Alpha did get that crash there on Petrichor, killed it nicely. So Tyloo comes out ahead. We saw a little bit of a connection with VP over on Anyone's Legends on the side, and the Liquid fight with Vitality has sort of floundered a little bit. It looked like there was that opening knock where Vitality lost one and they had to stop down and look for the reses. So let's cut back over to town as Twisted Minds prepares to get in cars and leave, not push through the troublesome 17 and Myth in front of them.
It's fortunate for Twisted that they were able to hold on as late as they were, because Month in the Weibo was very stacked full of teams, and we saw a lot of kids get lost on the way out, so they managed to...
Okay.
out, so they managed to take it all the way to the end as Gen G will go for the res onto Salute before they make their way in the zone. I don't know where they're going to go there, Cowboy. Look at that through the window, through the wall.
Oh, buddy, a little header.
Look at this. You see the blue zone is getting there quickly, though. So they do get Salute back up, and now they got to hop into vehicles. But there you go. It's just open field down to their south.
Cowboy would say, I'll take a little bit of damage prepping if I can, put some extra bullets down range. Gonna jump out and get a little cocky with this play. And now Gen G is gonna underfill.
He got it.
They just went for Alpha.
Simon T's still alive. He goes down in the end, though. And Gen G will take one knock there, but they should be able to the damage that they took.
Wow.
Toying with danger there as Cowboy had the range. Former teammates taking shots at each other, and holy 12. Get that.
What a bounce!
And take down Bean. But what do you do off of that? They just took a knock on a Purdy Curdy, so they can't even capitalize.
Yeah, I think you have to just sit here and wait it out. See, maybe 17 makes that move as we watch another crash over here. Twisted Minds decides they're going to go for the Falcons, and the Falcons is eliminated as Twisted Minds tries to grab their grotto for themselves.
Oof. That's a tough hold. And Twisted Minds might not even be able to reset off of this as Geekman is instantly back on their way. CGG still haven't been able to fully reset. Cowboy with the knock or flush on a beam, but going to go down to D. As Team Liquid trying to take them out 17, and they're just in perfect position to steal all of this away. As Halo will take down D in the end. Gen G will go down to A. Now Team Liquid is in a lot of trouble as Tianchan will get that flush on a Purdy Curdy, and now it is a 4v2 17. Just perfectly biding their time, playing edge here coming out of the north side of Monty.
Yeah, I still think Liquid saw that shift and was like, listen, we got to go try to get these alpha points at the very minimum, and then we'll see what happens after that, right? Because they were so far out after that shift away from the compound. 17 saw it coming, held a good spot, but Alo and Luke might be able to just kind of hold ground for a second. Oh no, this is a C4 attack? Yes, it is.
He's up on the top of the hill too, so this could be a fairly easy send. He's getting shot at from range by 17. We'll see if he commits as little ghost can send mortars down onto him. So everything's going bad for Liquid right now. Is the C4 truck will get there? Yeah, you're not making it out of that. Oh, he is. Oh, he just barely survives.
Here's the mortar though.
No, not the mortar. Oh, the flushing mortar.
What just happened?
I mean, hey, great. His second one was dead on target. Great job surviving an explosive manifest as they came after him in every way that they could. But somehow one still lives, and Liquid will continue in the match.
Watching all this happen over here on the east side. Meanwhile, that western side is pretty interesting. The Arena and Virtus Pro have a good position on the high ground here as we see Vitality trying to finish off Alo. Fortunately, he's got a lot of defense there. So unless he just gets a bad bounce like that. Yep.
Yeah, Liquid is out.
Team Liquid going out in 10th. Nicely done there by Vitality. That's going to be our first kill picked up. They've still got to make their way in the zone.
I mean, that was, again, Vitality kind of following the same process Liquid did of like, listen, there's not a lot out here. We got to just take this, try to restock off of them, and then maybe make a move. 17, the grace for Vitality is that they haven't been as very aggressive. Uh-oh.
Oh, my God. These guys love me.
I'll take one now. Solo's going to destroy going down. Him as the last player left alive is Geek. The aggressive Park Pro. I love that from Park Pro. He realized he saw him, and he fed that information over to his teammate before making that peek. Actually, EJ, he just said, look, if I peek this, him ass is going to light my ass up. So, EJ, you come over here. You take that one. But GK looking really strong here to start off the day.
I miss the old Himas, right? Like, there was a time when I would have expected Himas still wins that 1v4.
That's tough,
Those
man.
days are long
So many
gone.
grenades sent over there, though.
I know.
KBD.
One day he will rise again. One day he will be great.
It could be next game. You just never know with him. That's kind of the what you sign up for. But this will be interesting to see what 17 and Vitality do now that they have to make their way across the road. JDG still holding down to that compound. And Vitality and 17 both know. There you go. Lugo's going to take that knock from VP. You see where VP is on that high ground. Arena are going to make their way over there eventually.
It's kind of like Fortnite. They don't get many places.
There's not that much time though, because you got to get moving. I mean, the fact we haven't even cut into this. We're changing positions in one more game, so you have to try to put Rubber Road to get some points on the board right now. Vitality making a desperate cross, trying to make the send here. First car up in the air, absorbing every shot it can. He was playing screen as the man goes down. Quizzy lost, but it does manage to get the rest of his crew at least a little longer on rotation.
Oh no. Oh no. I thought it was clear. It wasn't clear. No one gets out of my bad. Now it's a 1v1. Nice run back. But he's going to have to probably go down too. Yeah. Mutually assured destruction there in the end. As first pro, looks like Arena has finally arrived.
Even Arena's here. So Beamy up onto the high ground looking to make a play here. Made in Thailand, eliminated elsewhere on the map. He goes back here. Actually should be able to get this res, as I think EA will just keep tossing grenades over, but it's just such a hard spot to land that correctly.
Yeah, it's tough. 6 kills for Virtus Pro right now. Beamy holding the line, waiting to see if anybody peeks their heads through that smoke. Arena, for their part, and being cautious in their approach. They know who this is. They know that they can't just be extremely cavalier. Virtus Pro will eat them alive. Opons and Norton's going to go with the rat as Patapon tries to keep them distracted, but Beamy just beams Nurns right in the dome. It's an instant knock. As now Correxy will get traded out by Opons. So 2v2. Beamy's going to find another one. Can he get all three? No! Opons wins that 1v1, but Lucarux might be in a position to trade it back as the battle for the high ground commences.
All right, Lucarux got to make the play here. Opons looks like he might try to slip around and get that res. He sees the pops going off, going to throw the grenades out there. Goes for Lucarux instead of the flushes. I like that proactivity here as Lucarux decides he's going to have to just make this push.
Oh man, he doesn't have time. He's not in a position where he can get the res because Opons is. He's actually going to get one back on his feet now. Nons has an angle, so he can't be too reckless. Playing around the smoke's actually going to go for that res on a Corexy, but meanwhile, Arena's gotten everybody back on their feet.
Yeah.
Opons immediately heading over here to see if he can spot out where they are. But dropping that smoke, trying to slow things down, and now going for this flanking angle. Maybe we'll get flushed out. Patapon will get spotted, but nice trade there from Patapon. Takes down Lucarux, and it's all down to Corexy.
Corexy with 10 points, 10 points and a prayer, but he doesn't prepare for the flank as Virtus Pro goes down to a nice, honestly, textbook quality high ground management by EA.
Yeah, that was really well played by Arena there in the end, and it was always going to be a tough fight. And taking down Virtus Pro, that's a feather you can put in your cap. And now they have the high ground. We'll see what they can do with it. As Xiaowu, suddenly the last player left alive for 17. They had a hard time making their way in from the south between JG and Geeke. There was just not really much they could do.
But Geeke's got such a good hold position, Poro, and if they can get rid of this last 17 threat, like they are in an overwhelming win position for this map at the moment. JDG has a shot with Park Pro so far forward. This is really good for them.
Oh, good knock there from Patapon. See if they can pull back on this. Yeah, this is the high ground. There's so much they can do with it. And it looks like they're still sitting on a fairly decent amount of ammunition. I think Xiaowi's just going to donate him myself over to the blue. Yep. Knew he was dead to rights. Don't give Geeke another point. Can't blame him for that one, but I think you're right. Geeke in a really good position here, especially considering that Arena has pretty much got JDG on lockdown.
Well, it also depends on the shift, right? Because Geeke can just hide here. They've got Park Pro hidden up front, which means if the shift favors them, and EA has to jump off the high ground, they're landing on top of Park Pro without them even knowing about it. All Geeke has to do, though, is survive the next 2 minutes or so, which is going to be an onslaught from above, because they are going to get picked at a lot here by Arena. JDG, though, does collapse onto the hills next to them, and that will take a little bit of Pathampong and the rest of the guys' focus off of Geeke for just a little while.
I also think if we got to look in the bags. I would imagine that Geeky has probably got a lion's share of the utility. Like, they've been fighting a lot on that south side, so they've been able to hit loot boxes and stuff where JDG has been holding the compound. So they've got whatever they came with, and we saw with the arena situation, they burned pretty much everything they had in that fight with VP. But that high ground, though, is so dangerous. You can see how split up they are, spread out they are. And Geeky knows it. They know to avoid those lines of sight as best they can. But if this circle pulls away, they're going to be in a little bit of trouble as they try to make their way through. Hopefully they've got enough smokes.
Well, Geeky is on track to qualify for the winners bracket.
Oh, they're good, yeah.
By now, right? Yeah, I mean, 34 points in 2 games is wild.
The cut line for the last 2 of these were, I think it was like 27 or 28 points. So yeah, Geeky is golden. Like they're playing with house money now. They can do pretty much whatever they want. But I think whatever they want to do is to try to get a snowball rolling here that they can take into the rest of the weekend.
Absolutely. And they are looking very good. If they can pull off back-to-back chicken dinners here, it would be a coup for them and a continuation of their improving at every event so far, as they've been continuously getting just a little bit better every single time. And honestly, that's what you want. Is we are now on the road to PGC. It's about watching teams peak at the right time. Now, talking of peaking, nice moves by eArena trying to peak that cross, and they do manage to knock down Songjang.
Should be able to get him back on his feet. But
Yeah,
how much
this is gonna be on the
process, who
Can you
knows?
do it? Look
Right
at
now,
how big this-
Akana, the only one who can
look at how
really
big this-
trade, and he's trading against 2. So, I mean, eArena, they are going to have to move down here eventually. DK is just kind of playing a game of chicken with them. I mean, if you look at the mini-map, you see they're both pretty much the same distance from inside. But yeah, this is exactly what I thought. DK is going to have a boatload more utility than eArena does. So, fortunately, they should be able to make their way in, and Songjang will lead the way.
Playing very tight on the top. JDG has been quiet, almost like mice trying not to be noticed there on the left side. So, eArena, don't you want to fight GK? Isn't that a better deal for you?
Yeah, JDG just did as best they can. And I think they realize, oh, nice grenade from Park Pro. How does that hit? Goodness. Arm on this guy. Well, that'll start things off. Let's see if we can follow up another one. Opan's going to go for the res. Just over the top, but the blue zone force him off the res. But the blue zone has arrived. Well, they can at least get him on his feet. Maybe. Oh, he's just inside. Okay.
He's just inside. But the beauty of that blue zone grenade is that it pushed them back off the hill and let GK continue to push forward just a little bit. That P90 from EJ looking very, very good. And now they have to fight JDG.
Yeah, I mean, JDG's just been waiting for this, right? Like, they're
right there.
the initial knock on a Nurin, Opan. Just keep on getting down. Like, while this is going on, PK is just taking over the rest of the high ground. They'll come from the low ground. Park Pro gets 1. He's going to get Pathapong as well. Look at the nice 8 kills now for GK. As JDG has just been sitting in a smoke cloud, surviving. And Opan's cold 1-9 can go down as well. eArena does get eliminated.
Literally, that's wild. Songjang up on top says, I'm sorry, Pathapong, we've taken the high ground, and they eliminate them. Geeky comes down the pipe. 1 JDG player left. Geeky was a wrecking ball, Boro, as they just hunt down the last man. Easy peasy.
Lemons work.
Right? Like, but the proactivity of them to aggressively use that blue and that smoke to push 2 up, to send 2 out to deal with JDG. You're right, they knew they qualified, and they played that endgame with atrocious levels of confidence.
I mean, they look really good. Conversely, on the opposite side of that coin, I'm really surprised that JDG would just let them do that. Like, they just were dug in there. Like, they had no... Like, they just were dug in there. Like, they had no interest in getting involved in anything. They trenched themselves in, they hid behind hard cover, they popped smokes and didn't move. And just kind of waited for GK to do whatever they wanted to do. And GK got it. So, like, they are definitely secure for the grand final. We'll see if they cause any trouble for anybody here in our remaining games.
Let's check it out. Let's also get our casting duo from game number 1 back in. It's Gibson and Matcham. Gentlemen, GK is looking good.
I know that guy. Damn, that's cool.